Thank you so much, everyone. From discussing how to fix the judicial system now to mainstream politics. Jídé Adédìran and his Lagos for Lagos members last week made an announcement on their decision to take over Lagos State from the APC as they defected from the APC to the PDP. Lagos APC have had several years of holding on to power from the days of Bola Tinubu in 1999 to Raji Fashola, Babatunde Fashola, and Ambode. Now, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, but the PDP feels that good run is gradually coming to an end. Well, I've joining me from our Lagos studio, the convener of the Lagos for Lagos group, Jídé Adédìran. He joins us now. Hopefully, we'll be joined when he arrives the studio by Ayodele Adewale, the organizing secretary of the APC in Lagos. Both of them will be joining us there. Thank you so much, Mr. Adedran, for joining us tonight. You predicated the threat your party threw at the APC on the fact that they were not listening to you and that it was a party that pushed you out before you decided to join the PDP. Give us an understanding of what is behind your mind, or what is the workings of your agenda, your strategy on that rally, first and foremost, and secondly, the ultimate goal that you have for this Lagos for Lagos.
All right, thank you very much, Sheung, and viewers, good evening. First, I would like to react to something that has been playing out since we defected on Friday last week. It has been this saying in APC camp that how come you're having 5, 6 governors and the NWC coming to receive a baby politician like me? And I tend to say that if there is nothing wrong in the president of this country, who is the national leader of their party in truth and in the face of the law, receiving a decampi in his office, who didn't even come with his wife or any member of his family, with due respect to my brother Femi Fani-Kayode, then what's wrong in all these governors coming to a state of Lagos where we have thousands of, decampis, coming from the ruling APC to the PDP, something that has never happened in the history of the state of Lagos. So first, I'm going to drop that reaction that what happened on Friday, I must say this, was beyond us decamping from APC to PDP. It was actually a final barrier of APC in Lagos State. I'm sure you saw it. These are foot soldiers of the ruling APC in Lagos, who have decided to dump all the money back to say, you know what, we're taking our own future in our own hands. And that was what you witnessed on Friday. Don't forget, we do have history where we're coming from. And we didn't just start today. We've been on this for the past 6 years, and we've been preaching one thing. What we need and what we're asking for is a level playing field. And that is what we said. Look, we don't care even if you are going to lose that contest at the end of the day, but give us that level playing field. So we had congresses here and there. You sat somewhere putting up a list and saying this is what is going to fly. And we were saying it to the party at the national level, that if you refuse to do the needful, we have this number, we're going to move. So they thought we were joking. They thought we were just pretending. But last Friday, we've been able to show to them that no, we are indeed a contender. In this game, we're not here to pretend. And choosing PDP, some have said, why PDP? Why not form a new party? I'm sure that is what they would have loved us to do. But because of the understanding of the game, that a structure that wins election is not just you being popular or you being, no. Even if you have all the money in this world and you want to do vote buying, you need structure to help you even buy the votes, let alone you don't even have anything. So what we have done is to join forces, with the ruling, with an existing political party who's got structure across the nation. And PDP is a party that is very, very democratic in nature. You can see that. You can see that again. And we have gone there, I mean, to add value, to tell them, look, it is not just about us. Of course, yes, we are coming with ambition, but it's not just about our ambition. We're coming here to be part of the big family.
Let me cut in quickly, Jide. One question I'd like to ask you. Let's get it clear. Your hands were raised, or your arm was raised by the PDP National Chairman, Senator Yocha Ayu. What does that signify? Tell us clearly, do you want to run for governor of Lagos in 2023? Is that the reason behind that rally?
No. No. If you want to call it, it shouldn't be a raise of hand. It should be a flag handing over. I'm sure you understand this thing. So raising my hands is to say, look, this man has joined the party alongside, thousands of his followers. So this is not about, it's not endorsements, let me say, because we're still going to go into primary. There are other PDP members, existing members of the PDP, who are equally qualified to vie for this position. All of us, we're still going to go to polls and see how we can, choose one of us to represent the party and ultimately win for the party. And like we have been saying, we're not even here. Okay, let me give you an example. If you want to act like your regular politician, we're saying, okay, we just came. We've got numbers. So the existing structure that you have done, you have to disrupt it so that we can have our people and all of this. But we're saying no. We're saying no. If we win as a party, all the 1,000 soldiers
that takes me to yet another question. For those who debate that the era of people just coming up and wanting to be governors or president is perhaps over, Nigerians want to know the profile, the pedigree of those who are seeking office. And we know that based on what the law provides, getting into public office or politics or running for governor or president is not cheap. There has to be a lot of money that will be spent. So first and foremost, the question is that, what is your pedigree? How do you hope, or what is running in your mind? What makes you think that you have what it takes in terms of the experience and the knowledge and the wherewithal to be able to run for the #1 seat in Lagos?
Okay, thank you, Shehu. I'll first speak about the experience. Of course, we've been on this for a very long time. Yes, I have not been appointed before, I've not been elected before, but I've been in that corridor of power in this Lagos, for 20 years running now, in that corridor as a consultant. And, all these years, I was just busy doing one thing, understanding the structure. Why is it that people find it so difficult to get things done on their own, except even the governors that we elected can't even get anything done, except it goes for the second level approval. And for that number of years, I was understudying this structure and all of this. So what we're doing today is a product of a thorough research. And now I'm sure you want to speak about money when you said the wherewithal and how do you get to do it. I'll say something to you. People always think about how much is that naira and kobo I have in kitty before I get something done. They never believe that first thing is the vision. There was a trending video sometimes I was talking about Dubai 50 years ago, and Dubai 50 years after. Dubai didn't have money, 50 years ago. Somebody had a vision and started pursuing that vision. And alongside, money started coming in. So this should be, yes, there is need for naira and kobo, but it's secondary. Now, what we're doing here today, people are buying into it, people are looking at it. You saw it. 6 governors and the National Working Committee came to Lagos, not because Jide is Jagaban, Jide is a wealthy man, but because we had that vision.
This Lagos for Lagos. Who is funding Jide Adediran? Because you came up with this, and people will be asking, where is he getting the money from? Oh. I mean, you were the one that is very close to a lot of APC folks, chieftains. All of a sudden, you said you are starting Lagos for Lagos. The question is that, where did you get this money from?
Now, this is not all of a sudden, Sheung. We started this movement 6 years ago. And the thinking that, you can't get anything done, except, and of course, you have somebody bankrolling you. I think we need to discard it, so that we then start passing. See, I'll tell you something. Some people joined this movement at first, and they thought, in their head, it was like it was somebody that was sponsoring. When they discovered that it was nobody, they left. Now they're coming back to say that, you know why we left the other time? We thought it was so person. But when we discovered, say, oh, we can't go into this, oh, we don't have any backbone. Sheung, on Friday, we had 40,000 of our members at the TBS. You saw the crowd. We had 900 buses across the local government, ferrying them there. Sheung, we have 115 in our membership base in Lagos for Lagos. So logistic problem, for logistic problem, we're able to move in just that number to that place because we can't possibly cater for all of them. This guy paid for their own gala and cook to come to the venue. And you see, that was why when it was around 2, 3 o'clock, they were leaving. They were leaving because at that point, we were still expecting our visitors to come from, from everywhere they were coming from. Because nobody, you can't see us, you can't see anybody sharing money at that floor. So we're contributing money.
Lagos
listen,
for Lagos, apologies.
Shehu, listen, there is this thing you need to know.
I've heard you speak about Lagos for Lagos a few times, either in social media or, once or twice now you've been on this program. But one thing that you have shown or you have expressed over the last few months is your disgust for the manner in which politics is being run in the APC. And for those who have accused you of you not being able to get into the mainstream of the Lagos politics. In fact, the last time you were on this program with Mr. Seyi Oladejo, he said to you that you are not able to learn the ropes and you are not really able to be patient. And you have said that the godfathers those are the ones you came to fight. Who is the godfather that you are fighting in Lagos?
I never said I was here to fight any godfather. But here, to fight a system that hasn't been working for all of us in Lagos, irrespective of where you come from. Here is to say that, yes,
and what is that system?
Is in APC.
What system is that?
While in APC,
what kind of system is that?
You can't on your own sleep, wake up, and believe you have that vision and you want to run for office, except somebody asks you to jump before you jump. That is the difference between us. And since we've been preaching that in APC, they looked at us. Let me even say to you, we had so many support base within the APC, but unfortunately they can't even come out because of one thing they have done or refused to do with the system in the past. They can't even come out, and they love us genuinely. But for us, because we have never had such path, and we're like, okay, you know what? This is what we are going to represent. Now they are looking at us as PDP. Oh, okay, he has gone to PDP. And the fight is that guy should not get PDP ticket because they know that the moment we get on the ballot, it's not going to be just PDP on the ballot. It's going to be a breath of fresh air on the ballot. And that is what they don't want. So for us, even while in APC, we were fighting this. We were saying, look, we want to contest. If we want to run, just if you know you have the number, just come and beat us so that we'll go. I want to believe if they organized or agreed to do an elective Congress while we're in APC, perhaps they would have beaten us and they would have forgotten this whole thing and went back home and pack up Lagos for Lagos. But they never showed interest in any contest.
Another question here is the fact that you must be confident about one thing, that you have a support base. That's one thing you have said, that over the last 6 years or so, you've had people, followers, and members of the Lagos for Lagos.
Yes, we do have.
If you go to the poll today, how many votes can you boast of?
You see, I won't sit here and give you numbers and say this is the amount of votes I'm going to garner during the electionary process. But what I can tell you is that in every ward and in every polling unit in Lagos, we now have loyal supporters who are faithful, who are not ready for anybody to tip them or to give them anything before they get the job done. You see, based on that, we believe, and APC do know, that, of course, if election is tomorrow, they're already on their way out in Lagos as we speak. That is if, we found ourselves on the ballot. But again, even if we're not even the one on the ballot, anybody from the PDP, because what we have done is to come to that party, like I said, add value, ultimately win for the party. It is only when the party wins that, those numerous numbers that you see following us can also benefit, and Lagos will change for better. I'm saying, can we even do something else in the state of Lagos?
I'm also going to ask you, have you consulted with the likes of Chief Bode George? Do you
Not
have
just
his
Chief Bode
blessings?
George, every leader in the PDP. You know, I mean, if you've been following, if you've been monitoring in the last 1 month that we expressed interest to join that party, I've been everywhere. I've been to all the leaders. I've been to few local government to ensure that we integrate ourselves, even at the national level, to integrate ourselves, you know, with the existing structure of the party. Yes, we're good.
Okay. So, okay, let's take a listen to what Senator Yocha Ayu said at that rally in Lagos on Friday, and we'll get the APC to react to it. Take a listen to Senator Yocha Ayu.
Lagos for Lagos. Nigeria for Nigeria. PDP for Nigeria. Let me tell you, my brothers, I'm a Lagosian. I lived in Lagos for many years. I was happy. Today I know you are not happy because you gave your life away to people who deceive you about change. Are you enjoying the change? Are you enjoying the change? How much is a bag of rice? No more slavery in Lagos.
All right, then you heard Senator Yocha Ayu, who is since being joined in our Lagos studio by Ayodele Adewale, who is the organizing secretary of the APC in Lagos. Thank you so much, Mr. Adewale, for joining us. Unfortunately, you are not able to join us early, but I guess you have an understanding of what your very good friend, Jide Adediran, is saying, and what he said on the program tonight. Let me allow you to react quickly within the little time that we have left. There is a threat that come 2023, APC should get ready to move out of the government house in Lagos.
Well, thanks for having me, and sorry for coming late. It was due to some traffic hiccups. I don't see any threat at all, and whoever has said that perhaps is from their figment of imagination. Lagos is going very well. The population is increasing. And I guess that is why you keep seeing huge traffic all over the place, and human traffic movement also. There are development all over Lagos. Construction is going on. SMEs are growing. The governor of Lagos is trying his best to make sure that the blue line come to be. And the waterways also are being utilized. I mean, agriculture in Lagos is also being optimized in terms of its capacity. And so many things are happening in Lagos. Investors are coming in with investment. Security is vast being tackled. And I don't see any threat as far as I'm concerned.
Jide there will be probably laughing, because if you see the kind of people, he talked about 40,000 people. Jide left APC with the Lagos for Lagos group. And Jide, quickly, your friend, Mr. Adewale, said there is no threat. But you are hoping to become Lagos governor in 2023. How much of a threat are you to the APC?
Let me first say, yes, I was actually laughing. Because first, what do you expect from somebody who is benefiting from a particular system? What do you want him to say of the system? But thank God, his opening statement was traffic. That was why he came late. And I'm sure there's no rocket science to fix that anywhere in the world. He spoke about waterways. I'm from riverine area of the States, but we'll come to that. What happened on Friday? What else do you expect them to say? They will tell us it's nothing to be worried about. Of course, yes, we don't care whether it's something to be worried about. But what we know, that the moment you have people in the opposing camp, you know, investing their resources and time, you know, to react to something that you are doing, just know that fear don't enter. So that's where I'm coming from in all of this. So yes, they can come here and say, oh,
let me allow Adewale to react to that because it's a conversation and the rivalry is now between the PDP and the APC. Let me allow you because I'll give you more time to talk because of the little time that we have left.
Well, it's rather pitiable that Jide here will be saying that he hadn't benefited from the system. Jide has benefited immensely from the system. I think if I'm not wrong, at a point he was the head of the press center in Alausa.
Nope.
I think if I'm not wrong, but you were in the Alausa press center. You were a media guy, are you not?
You were wrong. I was running my personal business.
Are you not a media guy?
I was running my personal business as a consultant.
But you were hovering around Alausa.
I was a consultant,
but
just
you
like I consult for other states in the Federation.
I normally see you at the press center.
I don't understand as a consultant.
Well, leave that aside.
That's my personal business.
Leave that aside. I know Jide has benefited immensely from Lagos, from the government of Lagos. So if he has any departure on how things are done positively, well, it is for his own angle, and he has a free will to do as it please, but that does not mean that you should run down a system that you have benefited from. Moving forward, I saw what happened at TBS. If you care to take your camera around the TBS, you'll see that what they call crowd is just a pile of people concentrated in one angle. That does not demonstrate the will of support from over 22 million Lagosians in here. But like a musician once said, that talk is cheap. We will demonstrate this come February 2023. And 2023, we'll demonstrate all of this very, very well. And we will see who the people will queue behind. As far as we are concerned, we will not be derailed, neither are we going to be distracted from developing Lagos as we've been given the opportunity to do so since 1999. We will continue to do so. We'll do our best in making sure that the economy of Lagos is robust. And the more we do this, the more people see that it is greener in Lagos, and that's why you have the huge population of people coming
just
down.
to wrap up quickly, Mr. Adewale, the concept of the Lagos for Lagos, as Jide has posited tonight, is that they were running away from a one-man show where one person will have to determine the fate and the destiny of everyone in the party, not giving a level playing field. He said that was the situation in the APC, and that's the reason why he left. There's no internal democracy in the APC. As we close now, let me get your final thought.
Is that a lie?
An evil that will work against your party going forward?
Sheon, that's a big lie. That's a big lie. There's not like one-man show in Lagos. What we have here is an internal democracy. And I keep telling people that if you join any political party, the party has its own charter, it has its own constitution, it has its own way of doing things. And as soon as you come in, you must embrace those things, or if you don't, then you leave it. But if you have to embrace it, it means that you must try as much as possible to woo people to your side. And if things do not happen the way you want, it doesn't mean that you jettison the party. What it means is that you go back to your drawing board and assess and do what is needful for you to move forward. Sheon, in 2014, I left as chairman of local government. It's not that I'm not popular. And this is 2022. I've not been elected into any office. I've not left the APC. I've continued to making sure that I move the party forward in my constituency and globally in Lagos. And I've continued to play
we're totally out of time.
my
In fact,
role in it.
we've overreached our bounds tonight on the program. But I just wanted to give you some more time to talk because of the traffic delay you had earlier. But I must sincerely thank both of you, Ayo Adewale, who is the organizing secretary of the APC, and Jide Adediran, the convener of the Lagos for Lagos, who is now a PDP member. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming on tonight. And that's how we draw the curtains of the program tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I'm Sheon Akimale. Bye-bye.